This segment is about those strange, weird foods. The things that we walk past in the grocery store and have no idea what we would possibly do with them. Strange foods, or foods that we aren't used to, are what I call the variety. They really get us out of a rut. So I want to share with you a few of my favorites. Now, my absolute favorites. This is called kohlrabi. It's spelled K-O-H-L. And it comes in a bunch, just like this, usually about 3 at a time. And if you go to farmers markets, you also will see it. This particular vegetable, inside here is a salty potato, and it is fantastic. So I want to show you just how to dig into here. So you cut off the top piece, and you cut off the bottom. Ooh, you got to have a very sharp knife. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. I'm not in my own kitchen, so I don't have my good knife, and this one is not so good. So that may be you in the kitchen if you don't have a sharp knife. Now I'm going to take off the side edges here. Oop, kind of loud. And what you'll notice is that underneath this skin it looks like a potato. So in here is like a salty potato. So one of the things that we can do is cut it right in half, and then you can either, one of my favorite ways is to cut it longwise and use it as a chip. You can dip it with hummus, bean dip, delicious kohlrabi chips. And the other way that you can prepare it is you can take this just like a potato, as if you were making mashed potatoes and you're cutting it into little chunks. You can take these chunks and steam them. And once you steam them, you put a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, and even a little bit of lemon in. It is absolutely delicious meal. So this is kohlrabi. And the other food that we have here, this is called fennel. Fennel is a wonderful, sometimes thought of as a gourmet food, but in the health food world, we know that the fennel is a blood purifier. So it literally thins your blood. It's very good if you have high blood pressure, and if you have any heart problems, this is a very wonderful food group. Now, this again is just like most of these other strange foods. It has 2 parts. So we want to take off the top part. The actual piece that is most used is in the bulb. Now this could be used in a salad or soups, or you could bake it with different vegetables. So you can use it as you wish, but I want to show you really how to get to the gem of this. You're going to cut off the bottom, and then you cut right in half, and you'll see that inside here it has a little core. We're going to be cutting out that core. So you cut out the core, and that you'll throw that part away, okay? Now this piece here, this is what is the delicious part. So you can cut this into little small strips, just like this. Now you can use these small strips in a salad, so you can just toss it right in your salad as if it were celery. You could also use this to dip with hummus or black bean dip or any guacamole dip, and or you can roast these in the oven. So you can add these to other vegetables like carrots, beets, parsnips, rutabagas, and it gives a very sweet, almost like a licorice flavor. It's not very strong. It's absolutely delicious. So that is fennel as a blood purifier. Now, in the summer, you'll find these strange things. These are called garlic scapes. Now, they're scapes because they escape the garlic. So you can imagine underground is the garlic bulb. And in June and July, the garlic scapes pop out, and farmers cut them off, because when you cut them off, it makes the garlic bulb stronger. So this piece, however, is a cross between an onion and a garlic. It's a very fragile, gentle, delicious garlic flavor. And I love to use these in the summer. You'll find them in, most of the time. I'm not quite sure what to do with them. But one of the things you can do with them is you just begin cutting it, just like it's a little scallion. And you can use that in anything you're cooking. So you can use it with, if you're cooking some greens, if you're steaming something, you can put it on top of a potato for garlic. You can use it in any garlic dish you like. And the other thing you can do is make garlic scape pesto, which is wonderful. So you can make homemade pesto and throw a garlic scape in there, and it's just like a clove of garlic. It's a little bit gentler flavor. So that is a garlic scape. And moving right along, this is a strange one, right? This is a burdock root. And in Japan, this is one of the most highly regarded vegetables. It grows deep, 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 deep down. And it also creates a very sharp focus. So in Japan, before a test, they actually use burdock root in the morning for breakfast. Let me show you one of the ways. It looks like a big stick, right? Well, one of the things you can do is you just peel the outside edge, okay? And once you peel the outside edge, you can do many things with it, just as if it were a carrot. Some recipes call for burdock root to be thinly sliced, and you add it in, and it's an additional, it's a very earthy flavor, very much of a hard root. I enjoy it a lot in soups, so I cut it just in thin little discs and cook it in a vegetable soup. It's hardly recognizable and wonderful for you. And another wonderful way is to shred it. So you actually take a peeler or a shredder, make a pile of burdock root, and put that into eggs for breakfast in the morning. The next strange food is horseradish. Now this is an absolutely wild looking one, right? But horseradish, this is when it's underground, before it gets into horseradish cream sauce or tartar sauce, this is what it looks like. And again, you'll be peeling off the outer edge. And as you're peeling off the outer edge, you'll begin to smell the magnificent, spicy, bold, pungent flavor that horseradish provides. And as you're using this, you can keep it whole. You can shred it over foods. So you can put a little bit in sour cream and create your own horseradish cream sauce. You can also, I love to take a chunk, I put it in my blender and blend it up to make shredded horseradish, and then I use that in a little mayonnaise sauce that I have. It's delicious over, have a little bit of steak. Sometimes I love it just on a salmon sandwich. Provides a lot of flavor. And horseradish, given that it's so spicy and so pungent, it provides many, many bacterial removing properties in the body. So it gets rid of a lot of junk in the body. It's very, very important. Another strange food is my little bouquet here. You'll see this looks like a green, but yet there's little broccoli hanging out. This is called broccoli rabe. And broccoli rabe is an Italian delicacy. You use it a lot in Italy. You can cook it just like a dark leafy green. So you want to, lots of olive oil, soak it with garlic, cook it up, it's delicious. And try that one out. This particular item is called a leek. So this is in the onion family. As you can see, it looks a little bit like an onion where it's cased in different layers of leaves. And with a leek, you know, there's a couple things that we can do with leeks. So we cut off the end. And the part that we're going to be using is actually the base. Now this portion can be used more for soups, but as you get to the top edges, it's a little bit hard and too fibrous, so it tends to not be as good in food. This is the real piece here. So you'll see, I'll make just a little slice here, and you'll see that it's similar to an onion. It gives you lots of little layers. So you can use these, put them into soup. Leek soup is delicious. Another way to use them is to bake them. So one of my favorite ways of cutting them is cutting it in half. And then half again, and half again. And you'll see that you get these wonderful little strips, almost like onion strips. You can put those into different dishes. You can put them into soup as well. And they provide a very sweet onion flavor. And the last one, but certainly not least, is jicama. And jicama kind of looks like an old baseball, but it is a wonderful, fresh, light. It's sort of like chestnuts, you know, that particular texture. So with jicama, one of the things that you do is, again, you just peel it off. And you'll see, just by this piece, you see how it crunches really quickly? It's very fresh and airy. So this is really great you can create cubes. I'm not going to peel the whole thing now, but you can create cubes similar to this. You can throw those in your salad, topped with a little bit of olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. They're delicious. You can also, just like the kohlrabi, you can make the little chips. These are great with hummus, just absolutely delicious. I'm surprised every time I have people over to dinner and these are on the table, they're the first thing to go. So go out, enjoy, add some variety.